Hello, gold hairpin tubers, and welcome back to Let's Talk About an item that I missed that's actually pretty important in Final Fantasy V with me, BlueAnkylo. So, last episode, I believe, we picked up an item that I forgot to even show off. It's actually pretty darn good. The gold hairpin just halves the cost of anything that uses MP. So, I mean, it's got lower stats than a lot of the gear you'd normally wear. By a fair margin, I guess. But as we get further along in the game, some of the spells are going to cost a ton of MP. I don't think I'm having any problems. Like, I'm not having a lot of difficulty with MP at the moment, but it's probably a good idea. In fact, if you really want to min-max, you could equip this just in menus, switch it to gold hairpin, then go to white magic and use white magic to heal everybody up. And then when you want to go back to battles, give yourself, you know, a little bit more whatever stats you need for defense. We won't be doing stuff like that, but, you know, it's an option if you really want. Other than that, I don't think there's much else to talk about. Yeah, gold hairpin, it's good, but I'm not worried about it right now. Welcome to Moor! Where are you from? I can't believe you'd come all the way out here. How'd you even get here? There's mountains everywhere. And wind drakes can't even get here. This is like... There's an awful lot of towns in the Final Fantasy worlds where I don't know how they get along, because they can't... Like, no one could get here. Ever. I think I've said it before. There must be, like, secret mountain passages that you could take slowly or something that the heroes can't use because they don't have enough time. From desire, oft times comes evil. Legend has it that 500 years ago, they sealed something beautiful in the forest to the east. Where are we? The forest to the east? There's a big forest over there. We'll have to have a look at that in a bit. Let's go to the pub. Yeah. The trees in the forest are alive. They can understand human speech and can read minds. That's a little bit creepy. We'll just switch back to a thief for exploration purposes. And speed's purposes. They say that in the deepest part of the Forest of Moor is the Guardian Tree, which protects the seals. When I got lost in the forest, a strange little critter helped me out. Kept calling Kopu or something. Probably a Moogle. Wood sprites hide along the road leading to the forest, or it was a wood sprite. They're usually too shy to show themselves, but if you peep into holes in tree trunks, they might talk to you. More importantly, we are a piano virtuoso indeed. After a bit more practice, anyway. I mean, we are getting pretty good, guys. Did you hear that? Like, man, all you gotta do is play on a few pianos and you're like Mozart-level pianist. So that was pretty awesome. So, let's keep going around. I think there's some pretty good shops. Hey, another main gauche. So, if you really want to be evasive, just equip that to people and they'll be evasive. I think this is the town that has the spells that I've been hoping for. Yeah, there they are. So, you know we want all these. Now, if I remember correctly, and I almost always do, these spells are when you can start out damaging your summons on single targets, at least. Especially if you're willing to go, like, buff a Firaga with a Flame Rod. That might do as much damage as a Gaia Gear Titan. Maybe. Anyway, what else can we get? Curaga, very good. Reflect, that's pretty useful. And Berserk, not very good. I guess sometimes you can cast this on an enemy, and if they're a mage, this will stop them from ever using magic, which is good. But, Reflect, I think I don't know if there is a Reflectiga in this game. It might just be single target at best. There's always going to be a couple fights where something like this could be useful for some different strategies. Like, if an enemy boss has auto-reflect on themselves, basically, then the only way you can hit them with magic is if you put reflect on one of our party members and then target them. I'm pretty sure, though, in this game, reflect doesn't last very long. We'll have to test it out, but I think if we cast it on somebody, you might be able to get 1 or 2 bounces, but within 1 or 2 turns, I think it'll just wear off. And if you're not careful, you'll just nuke your own character. So you have to be careful with that. And Graviga, this is really, really good. Very, very good spell. Hastiga, even better. And Old, you know, it's okay. If an enemy is weak to Old, it'll work. But Hastiga is essentially the reason you bring Time Mages, or at least equip Time's magic ability. This is just... It's almost game-breakingly good. Unlike Slow, which we learned sometimes works, sometimes doesn't in this game. It's not like Final Fantasy IV, where Slow works every time, basically. And works twice, and you really, really slow enemies down. In this game, your trick to winning boss battles will be Hastiga a lot of the time. So, with that, we've got all our magic. Level 5 magic, so make sure if you're still leveling your jobs up, if you want to move the abilities around, make sure you've got level 5 White, Black, and Time. You don't need that high in Summon yet, you just need level 3 Summon for now, but that's good. Alright, there's only one more tier of magic, in case you're wondering. There actually isn't all that many spells in this game. Well, split across 3 schools, but like there's only 6 levels, so it doesn't take too long to get to the end. And I guess we've got like everything. We haven't actually missed any spells, so I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, let's go check the weapon shops. You never know. Might be fun. No one can enter the Great Forest. How do you know that? Well, I guess that, unlike no one's ever returned, maybe some people have tried to enter and failed. Feels like there should be something secret over here. This bush should have something in it. My RPG exploration senses tell me that this much pathfinding should totally give you a present. You know, there's gonna be a few hidden items here and there in the game. I don't remember where they all are. Ah, air knife. I'll buy one. And an elven bow. Oh man, I'm out of money again. I'm gonna have to grind for money again just so I can buy all this stuff that I'm barely ever gonna use. Possibly never. Well, the air knife, it's better than the orichalcum. As far as damage is concerned. It's worse in agility and stuff. Well, I'm wearing the dancing dagger, right? So the air knife does do more damage than the dancing dagger, but it's fine. I guess, just for interest's sake, I haven't really shown off the ranger in a while. Oops. How would that bow look if I were to want to use that? I guess, it's the same as an air knife. Well, that's nice. You would want to use the bow from the back row, though, just so you get proper damage and be safe. I mean, 56 attack power is pretty good. No element, as far as I can tell. Dark bow was blind. We've got fire, ice, thunder, but... yeah, I don't know. I mean, like... I've talked about rangers a bit. They're not bad. They're not totally bad. But they're not as great as the classes that can two-hand swords and stuff. Oh, good! A bunch of equipment I'd like to buy that I can't afford. Ah, this has got a lot of good stuff. So, Diamond Armlet will be your light armor type accessory. Sorry, guys. My game audio just went ridiculous for me. I don't think it got louder for you, but in my ears, it just went ridiculously loud. Alright, so, right, what was I saying? Diamond Armlet. We probably won't use those because we use Elven Mantles. We probably do want Luminous Robes. Diamond Plate will be your medium armor. Diamond Armor is your heavy armor. Sage's Mitre will want Tiger's Mask, medium armor. Diamond Helm, heavy armor. We're just gonna have to grind some gold out, basically. I guess we probably should sleep at the inn, too, or at least look for some treasure. I don't think there's any new items here. I was hoping I was gonna have enough money to buy all my gear, but I ran out of money by the time I got to the armor shop. So, probably after this episode, I'll go farm up some gold. I guess. I'm a huge fan of grinding for my Let's Plays, but I'd like to have the up-to-date armor at least. And I'm kind of doing it to myself because I'm buying all the weapons, even if it's for a job I don't use. So I'm kind of wasting money. I'm spending more money than you should, really. You should probably just buy the gear for the jobs you're using and try to specialize a bit more than mastering everything like I kind of like to do. That's kind of the way the game works. You're not supposed to just multi-class everything for everybody. You know, you don't actually get enough money to buy 4 of everything at every shop. Alright, so next, before we go, we're supposed to go to that one in the middle, the Sagekiitos Cave. We've got one more area to explore in the sub before that, though. Also, I could have gone to that forest, but, well, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be allowed in, actually. It's kind of like the desert in the first world, where they just stop you from going into it. But I can try to show that off, if I remember, in a little bit. Alright, so this time... just gonna check here. Yeah, you can't actually see anything on the world map, and you can't just sneak into a town area. So let's go through this cave. We can rest in the sub in these kind of areas if you'd like. I suppose I should get my job set up here. Bart's, what were you working on? I guess you were on samurai. That's pretty good. Everybody likes samurais, right? You guys must like samurais. And Genji gloves. I'm a little bit behind on armor now because I could have bought better armor in that last area, but I'm sure we'll manage. Druids! Now, I kind of remember this area can be a little bit dangerous, actually. I have to show off some of the new spells, so... But I remember these fights being more difficult than you'd expect by a bit. Let's try... I want to actually test out my theory here. So this should be a Gaia Gear buffed Titan. I want to see how much damage it can do. Slowed me down. Jerks. So 2 grand. That's pretty good. Let's see how much... Oh, I don't have black magic. Right, I should have equipped black magic. My bad. Well, it's already taken damage, so Graviga's not going to do much. We'll just calm it, I guess. I forgot Ferris had blue. Yeah, maybe these guys aren't that tough. Ooh, 5 job points, though. Nice. It's one of the better places to grind for levels possible, or job levels. So let's try out the new black magic. I'm gonna try something like Firaga. Alright, should do. Ironback. I have no idea what these are weak against. I wouldn't mind showing off, like, what the Algaltir Spellblades can do either. Alright, so let's see here. Firaga buffed on multi-target. Let's see. 1,500 damage. Not bad. Not as good as Titan, though. Right? Just for comparison. It's the same MP cost. Both buffed. Titan still wins by a fair margin. So summoners are still the king of AoE fights. Just the way it's gotta be, basically. But I think we might be able to do more than 2,000 damage with single target. A single target Firaga. Oh, by the way, this looks suspicious. Hey, it's a Chocobo. This one's a female, though. We can't ride her. Sorry, guys. We'd probably be seeing her again later. I don't think there's anything else to do here. I'm trying to remember if there was any reason to go to this Chocobo Forest. Other than listen to the groovy music. And ponder why you can't ride female Chocobos. Anyway, there's another reason to be in this area. And this is not it. So I really want to see how much Firaga Sword can do. Now, I'm worried that something here is going to be weak to fire and it's going to throw off my calculations, but let's see. 3 grand. Seems pretty good. Just going to test here. What is the Cure Beast? 1,000 HP. It's not even very strong. So Firaga might be doing more than a than a Firaga blasted sword. That's pretty good. So anyway, now that we've got the Ega spells, what I'm trying to say is they're pretty good. Especially for boss fights. Much more reliable than all that blue magic mumbo-jumbo. Now, the reason I'm here is there's a special encounter you'll find in this forest now and then. I wonder if we can kill them all with Fury. Probably not, though. Actually, not bad. I guess as long as it does enough damage to kill an entire group AoE, even if it's not quite as good as Titan, that's fine by me. Titan won't work on things that fly, so I mean, it's got at least that advantage. This will hit, unless you're immune to fire, which is pretty rare. Flying is much more common than that, you know. It's pretty reliable. I guess what I'm trying to say is at this point in the game, black mages are a little bit more on par with summoners, finally. Man, that's a lot of I don't know what that's supposed to be. Some sort of weird rift demon. I mean, Zenigage or Zenigage could probably wipe them all out too if you want to spend the gold on it. Time level 6, is that done? No, we've got one more upgrade for Time Mage. So we'll leave her as Time Mage for now. Gotta start doing a little bit of healing. I'm hoping this encounter doesn't take too long. It's... in the way I remember it, it's got to be like 50% or 25% of the time, I think. It's not supposed to be like a 1 in 100 kind of match. Go back to the cave, don't go... There's really nothing else to do here besides fight in the forest. I might have to put a cut in the video. I'll do like... Oops, that was the wrong one. Well, actually, let's see how Titan does. It's only fair to compare them. Our two most useful AoE magic damage spells. It definitely does more damage. No doubt about it, but... I'll do 3 more. If I haven't found the thing in 3, then I will cut the video until we find what I'm looking for. But I mean, there's no way they would take you through that underwater tunnel just to show you a female chocobo you can't do anything with, right? That doesn't make any sense. I'll need to find somewhere I can farm up some dragon fangs too, if I want to use some chemistry later on. This is actually a reasonable time where I could be using the gold hairpin, to be honest, if I'm just using the same mage to kill everything over and over again. But to be honest, for the price of a cottage, I don't think it's a big deal, really. Wow, I'm not getting lucky here. Alright, well, this is the last one, I guess. And then I'll put a little break. I have to use a cottage anyway after this. I mean, hopefully you can tell that this is not going to be very challenging to just fight some random encounters here. It goes pretty quick. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. Unless I'm totally mistaken, you just gotta fight in this forest for a little while, and maybe we'll get enough money for our armor while we're here. So, I'll be back in a little bit. See you shortly. Hey guys, I'm back. So, it only took actually 2 more battles. I wasn't that far off. But welcome to Catoblepus. Now, he got a back attack, which is kind of unfair. But, yeah, this is the special fight I was looking for. This is a unique encounter. We'll switch everyone's rows, I guess. Hastiga will speed things up a little bit here. And, oh man, you're dead. Oh, that's not good. You know what? Let's just put you in the back row so you take less damage. I don't think this guy is actually weak to any elements, but I could be wrong. Pretty solid defense. I think that was a counterattack, wasn't it? That's not very good. This fight could be more difficult than I was anticipating. I forget just how it worked. Well, the good news is I've got lots of gold needles, so being turned to stone isn't the biggest deal. It does break haste, though, which sucks. So let's Hastiga again. We better do some healing now. I have Curaga. I haven't showed you the high-level white magic. Please don't kill anybody. This should do quite a lot, I expect. 1,000, maybe? Oh, yeah. So, remember White Blade? Yeah, who needs White Blade? Or, not White Blade, White Wind. Who needs White Wind when you've got that? Alright, yeah. Okay, I don't like that very much. We can use Asuna to clear, but his haste will go away every time. Looks like he counters physical attacks with Break, which is kind of jerky, isn't it? I wonder if he counters, like, fire with magic. That's pretty good. He does counter that as well. That's not very nice. Libra will probably lose we'll lose 2 people here to Petrify. Oh, it's almost dead. Bye-bye, Catoblepus. There you go. We got a Catoblepus for killing a Catoblepus. And let's Gold Needle. And let's use our Catoblepus. What is that gonna do? Do you guys recognize the name? Teaches the Summon Magic Catoblepus. I forget exactly what that does, but we'll test it out. Probably turns enemies to stone. Given the fact that he was turning us to stone all the time, I bet you that's what it does. Let's get in one fight to test it out. I don't remember this being one of the good summons. I just wanted to pick it up on camera. I don't know if we made enough money to do the other thing I want to do, but we'll check after this fight how much money we've got. So, if we want to summon this bad boy, it's very expensive. It's the most expensive one yet. It's single target, and it doesn't work. Awesome. I'm so glad I picked him up. Look, not every summon can be as awesome as Titan and Bahamut and all that. And I think we win. Hey, level up time. That's nice. 21,000 gil. Well, that might be enough money to buy some of the armor I want. But yeah, actually, as far as just grinding, this is a pretty good place to level grind, as far as I can tell. Image is annoying. That's the same as Blink, I believe. Did we ever figure out how effective this was? Not bad. It's no Titan. I don't think it'll be too long before we get another better damaging summon, though, actually. So, the fact that we can do 2,000 damage with Titan, we should be able to improve on that before too much longer. Now, the Ironbacks might be weak to lightning. I didn't Libra them yet, so I don't know. It's faster just to guarantee that they're all dead right now than to mess around with that. There we go. Good for you, Bart. So yeah, this area would be pretty good for level grinding. Particularly because you don't even need to use a cottage, actually. You can just head back to the sub, get a free inn, basically, and all your MPs back. So, it doesn't take terribly long. Don't have to worry about buying items. You could get... I expect... Like, it looks like the XP and job points were really good for this area compared to most of the other areas in the game. Up to this point. So if you're getting 4 or 5 ability points per fight and a pretty good amount of XP and gil... Oops, wrong way. Have to actually control the sub to get out of there. But yeah, basically, I would recommend that. I'd give that 2 thumbs up for good place to level grind if you're into that sort of thing. Better than most of the surface of this world. The surface of this world, for some reason, gives really poor ability point rewards, so I wouldn't recommend that if you want those job upgrades. Now, I'm just going to come back to this town quick, check for armor, I'll show you the forest off, and then next episode we'll go to the Sage's submerged island, I guess. I don't know what you call an island that's been submerged. Just rubble at the bottom of the sea, I guess. Let's see if I can buy a few of these just to compare stats. I'd like to see how good the diamond shield is, even if I never use it. I'd like to see what the tiger mask can do, and the luminous robe. I expect the diamond plates and armor are very much the same as gold, except just a bit more damage, and is resistant to lightning. That's fun. I'll like a Sage's Miter as well. I expect the diamond gear is very boring. Just, you know, half damage from lightning. Which, if you... What was it? What were we fighting? If you had to fight those yellow dragons, this might be a very useful equipment to have equipped. There's also those coral rings from the first world that would absorb lightning, I believe. That would have been pretty good for those. But those were really expensive. So let me just have a quick look at these. I'll want to buy a few more, but I didn't have enough money. It's a reasonably good defense and magic defense upgrade. But I still think the special effect of the Elven Mantle's better in most cases. If you were still using silver armlets, the diamond is certainly an upgrade. That's all I'll give it. Now, the Luminous Robe is good unless you're planning to use Titan. Now, it says Divine Radiance. I kind of have a suspicion that this might boost Holy Elemental if you had any spells that used Holy Elemental. I'll have to look it up, but it might. Anyway, Ferris doesn't use Earth Magic, so I can give it to her easily enough. And I'll tell you what, I'll give the Sage's Mitre to Lena. It's not much better, but I'll give her a little boost, and then I'll just switch the Hypno Crown over. That way their defenses are a bit more equalized. Because I think as long as I'm going to use Titan, I want to have this Gaia's Gear equipped. I will want one more of those. Having variety of rods to equip is a good idea. I wonder if, you know what? I bet you the air knife would increase the damage from air magic. So she doesn't have much. I think Sylph is wind damage, and if you have a blue mage, the era stuff would certainly be air magic, wind magic. So the air knife would be a reasonable equip for a blue mage. It won't affect white wind as much as it is wind, but that has a percentage-based multiplier. Other than that, I buy something else for the fighters? I forget what I'm sorry guys. Brain fart. The Tiger Mask is probably for like ninjas and thieves, right? I'd like to see how good it is. Probably one thing that's fair is now that we've got the access to Diamond, it probably is a straight upgrade from Gold. So there's no reason to hold on to the Gold armor, assuming I replace it with Diamond, and the same thing with Mithril. The Heavy armor doesn't seem to have a lot of bonus effects, so you might as well sell these and replace them with the better ones as you can afford them. Yeah, I've got enough money to buy like one of them now, I guess. Oh well. Oh, there's a Mithril Helms there too. Sorry guys, I know inventory management's like the best thing to do on camera, but let's buy, we got one diamond shield, let's just buy one diamond armor and see how it looks basically, I guess. This is just so you guys can see what they look like. It's not much better, is it? Because gold armor had like a couple more points over the power sash. So you're still switching some defense and some magic defense for some strength. I don't know if that's gonna change much. And I guess just to quickly to check. If you want to use a thief, the Tiger's Mask, compared to what we used to have, gives you no strength, a little bit of defense and magic defense. Not that amazing, to be honest. I'm not impressed, so I'm not going to worry about those, really. I might buy some diamond. Well, oh, what about the shield? Yeah, what about the shield? So the shield, 35% evasion over 30%. Probably... I still have mithril shields. I thought I sold those. Probably like one more point of normal defense. It's fine. I don't know. I kind of feel like these are pretty lackluster upgrades, you know. How much is +1 or +5% evasion going to really affect you in combat? It's probably measurable, but I wouldn't stress out about it. Alright, well, I've kind of cleaned up my gear a little bit anyway. Probably don't need stuff like this either. Not that it's worth much, but... I'll finish, I'll do some more inventory management off-screen. What I want to do is show off this forest, and then I'll probably grind a little bit of money off camera. Let's just have a quick look at what happens in the forest. We do have some new music, by the way. It's quite nice. Relaxing, even. Uh-oh. I don't know how tough these guys are going to be. Not that tough. Should we just let the fighters deal with them? No, we shouldn't. That's silly, Blue. Kill them all with magic. Oh. I guess the Gala Jellies are considered flying. And maybe hard to hit. Rainbow Wind? It just causes blind. I wonder if you can learn Rainbow Winds. It seems like the kind of thing you might be able to get blue magic for. I'll have to look it up. It appears we got quite lucky on our first attack to hit it. Because we're missing a lot. Alright. Oh, you're also muted! Okay, so it's blind and mute. That's pretty rude. These seem to be one of the more annoying enemies. You gotta use some sort of special attack to hit him, I guess. Or just get lucky. Hey, a wizard's hat. Whoop-de-woo. Anyway, I can't get in there right now. So, I think what I'll do is I'll cut the episode here. Next episode, I'll start with heading to the underwater cave thing for the Sage. I can't imagine anyone could have survived that, but we'll check that out next time. I'll double check the blue magic, see if there's anything I can learn, and maybe get a little bit of money to buy a couple more pieces of armor, but I'm not going to spend too much time. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed our little bit of side questing adventure here and the piano skills. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.